Did you know that your current relationships, especially your romantic relationships, are actually a product of your history and your relationship with your parents? You might have known this, but did you know that unconsciously you have internalized your parents? Not just your parents in general, but your parents over time. So you might have been treated a particular way during infancy, a particular way during childhood, adolescence, adulthood, so on and so forth. Maybe all of that was sunshine and roses. Maybe your development was amazing. Or maybe it was the most horrific thing that has ever happened to you. Either way, this stays with you. We internalize the mother over time. We internalize the father over time. And what ends up happening is because we're exposed, let's say, to a very poisonous or toxic parental environment, then what ends up happening when this becomes internalized, we seek out relationships that are very similar to that dynamic. The reason being is because we are familiar with that and we are comfortable with that. Even though that's not healthy, even though that's not helpful, the individual who has struggled with the trauma will unconsciously seek out individuals, platonic relationships and romantic relationships, that mimic or resemble the history and their parental figures that they grew up with. So part of therapy will be to process what has happened in childhood, what has gone on with these dynamics. We process what has happened with mom over time. Right? We take bits and pieces of these experiences and really dive deep and peel back the layers. We do the same thing with dad. This is why it takes time, and this is why it's so important to see your therapist on a weekly basis, at least a weekly basis. So then this way you can build that insight, and that we can continue building that insight from the previous sessions. If you're coming in 2 hours a month, which is bi-weekly, or you're coming in once a month, this is not going to be beneficial. You're not going to be able to dive into those relationships. You're not going to be able to understand the internalized parents, and you're not going to know what contributes to the projection of the internalized parents, and how to, even if you have this level of insight, how not to act in accordance with this unconscious acting out. Because there's the piece that can identify and be very insightful and reflective and understand that you have this blueprint and you're projecting this blueprint onto other people, but you might not be able to act in accordance with doing something different, with feeling uncomfortable socializing and interacting with very healthy individuals. Right? Because there is something that's going on with you, there is a ripple effect in terms of the trauma, and if that's not processed, then it's unfortunate that you're going to continue unconsciously acting out what has happened to you. So therapy helps to bring the poison, the trauma to the surface, to process it, so that this way you don't have to unconsciously act out the trauma as an unconscious way of trying to right a wrong. You will be able to do something different, so then this way your future can look very different from your past.